What's up, folks? I trust you had a good weekend. Uh, I'm up way later than I ought to be because I got to get up at 4 a.m. But I ended up sleeping off most of my fucking day. Missed out on a killer party, but it is what it is. Uh, anyways, before bed, I figured I'd check all my messages that I missed. And I came across this video by a young lady. Her current channel is Alyssa Maiden. She's been a friend of the show for a while now. I've got a lot of love for her. Anyways, I'll show you the video she sent. She told me that I could. Um, it kind of tugged at my heartstrings a little bit. So, anyways, I'll show you the video and then I'll say my piece.
Oh man, I am so sorry to be sending you a video like this. This is not how I start off my mornings, and I'm pretty sure you don't want to hear um, all this gossip shit going on. But anyways, so dude, listen, I'm sending you a video right now because um, you're the person who makes the videos about relationships and women and guys and about dating. So I figured, something happened to me very recently and I wanted some advice. So I'm going to give you the background story, and I'm not going to like bore you with too much detail, but I'll try to uh, make it clear and concise. And, and basically, if you were gonna, and I would like a response from you, basically, and you could use this video as video response within your video, which is fine. So basically, what happened is, I had asked out this guy several months ago, about 5 months. I was dating this guy, and a couple things about him is, basically, he, I asked him out, okay, and we both work with each other. Yeah, that's where it gets a little bit tricky. We work with each other. I asked him out, and that night that I had asked him out, he told me, I was gonna ask you out when the weather was nice, so, whatever. He was gonna ask me out. There was that mutual liking. And, even before I had asked him out, we were already, getting flirty or whatever. But, and I wasn't seeing anybody. And, another important element to the story is this person is much older than me. He's 34, and I just turned 23 last Sunday. So there's that 11.5 year, 12-year difference. He's never been married, and he doesn't have any kids, and he's not dating anybody, so that's what happened. So overall, things have been good for the last 5 months. And the reason why I had asked him is because I wanted to get to know him on a deeper and personal level. And we got along. We were compatible. We were good. This guy has been the most affectionate guy that I've ever met. He's been very chivalrous. He's been mature, a bit of a goofball. We got along us. He's been awesome. I can't complain about that. We did have like 2, 3 fights from what I counted, from what I remember. But overall, it's been very good. He's the sweetest little thing. But the problem is that I only broke up with him several days ago. And it's fairly new, it's fairly fresh. And the reason why I did that is because the reason why I did that is because I had only asked him out if there could have been a point where there might have been a relationship. So I'm basically the one that had asked him out, and I'm also the one who dumped him. And I, broke it off. I was hoping there'd be a relationship. That's basically it. But what he wanted was something completely different. He's 34. He told me several times that he wanted to get married and he wanted to have kids. Now, the thing with that is, I don't believe in marriage and I don't want any kids at all. I don't want the responsibility. So that's basically a problem. You know, if he felt the same way as I did, you know, about kids and marriage, but older, it's like, oh shit, we would have been in a relationship right away. But I ended it there. We were supposed to go out, you know, Monday, but I said, I don't want to wait that long. Maybe I ended it too early. So, of course, the night that I broke it off, I was crying about it, no kidding. So, the problem now is, yesterday was the first night that I had seen him, and we weren't doing our usual stuff. And no kidding, we were both upset. We were both fucking upset. We were both sad about it. There were certain times during the week I would cry about it. No shit. You know, I really, really liked this guy. He liked me a lot too. Now, at one point, you know, I go on the back and then I hugged him and I kissed him and he says, babe, we can't do that. You know. Yeah, well, we didn't do it, but maybe several hours later after that incident had happened, maybe about 10 minutes before I'm about to leave, I saw that he was walking back and forth, and I'm just like, why is he walking back and forth? Like, he was upset. He was trying to be distracted. He was around the chocolate bars. He was just walking around there. I'm just like, why the fuck is he pacing like that? Oh yeah, he's upset. You know, whatever. So, but I saw that he was coming back onto behind the counter. Now I'm just like, you know what? Let me go in the back. I have to fix something before I leave. I just remembered something. Now I'm cleaning something, and all of a sudden he comes in the back and he hugs me, and then he kisses me. So, yeah. So the worst part is that we both work with each other. It's a little bit awkward. I told him it was fine, that we could be friends, and he said that he'd rather have me as a friend than not have me, you know. And that night, like, it was really sad, you know. So basically, there's that attachment and the fucking memories and, you know. So, the reason why I am doing this video is I'm asking for some advice, basically. I just wish I could just, you know, make it all disappear. I can't fucking do that, you know. Unfortunately, that's just wishful thinking. So, you know, I'm probably gonna hear it that you were just dating, you know. It's not like we were committed or anything, but I'm gonna need some time. You know, I only see this guy 3 times a week, but still, what would be the best advice? Because there's that attachment. And sadly, the thing is that, I only dated this guy for 5 months, and this guy has been very awesome. And some of the things that bother me is some of the things that's gonna bother me and may make me shed the waterworks right now is I keep on thinking in my head that that I'm not gonna get I'm not gonna be in a relationship with a guy that's awesome as him, and everything I like about him is now gone, and I'm not gonna meet someone as awesome as him, and that night was really fucking sad though. I mean, yeah, it was really fucking sad. He was saying I'm beautiful and this and that. I hope, I told him, I said, listen, you can go find your wife or whatever. And he says that I'm pretty mature for my age, which honestly I don't see it. I really don't. I guess if you compare me to some people, maybe he may have a point. But I don't see it. He says that he wishes that his wife would be as amazing as me, and blah blah blah. But I haven't had a relationship in the last 3 fucking years. I've been you may probably or may not remember. I remember asking you to do a video request because this was on my first channel. I had to deal with this certain individual. My username was Bike256. You probably may have not remembered. So if you do remember, that was me. I had to deal with that incident ever since then until now. I haven't been in a relationship because at the time I was just healing, and my priority was just to go to school and just figure some things out. And now I want a relationship, But everything would have been fine between us if he, he felt the same way as me. But I had to break it off with him because there's conflicts of interest there. Basically, at the end of the night, to make things short and fast, how the fuck do I get over it? I work with this guy. I still have feelings for him. I'm still upset. When I'm away from work, I feel great. I'm not gonna cry, but when I was at work the other day, I was crying. Really hard to hold back the tears when the person that you were getting frisky with at work is right there. And yeah, he was upset. No kidding. So how do I get over this? Especially with thoughts in my head like, I'm not gonna find a guy that's awesome as him. No, I'm not interested in dating guys my age. Honestly, I'm 23. I'm not fucking interested. Guys my age are fucking immature. It's like, screw guys my age. Screw them, alright? I'd rather date guys probably, maybe 10 years older than me, but, because the maturity is there. I'm sorry, I'm not interested in dating little boys. Fuck 23-year-olds. They're fucking immature. That's it. I can't stand them. Sorry about doing that, but anyways, dude, what is your advice for something as tricky as this? Maybe you could relate, maybe you can't. So I'm sorry if I dragged it on for too long, but anyways, I just wanted some advice, and I hope you could reply to this video soon.
Okay. Now, I guess from what I just watched, you have put some thought in to why you two should not be together. And the main reason that I heard was that his life's going in this direction, your life's going in another. What you want from life and what he wants from life is two different things. And neither one of you are willing to give one way or another. And you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to. I mean, this is your journey. You've thought about what you want for your life or what you don't want for your life. And I commend you for being wise enough to think about that, because most people don't. Most people decide that they'll go ahead and cave or sell themselves short for the sake of somebody else's journey, and that's usually a bad idea. So I do commend you for that. Um, you know, the best way to get over this would be to have minimal contact, which means zero physical contact. I know you're hurting, and I'm sure he's hurting too. But for you two to hug and kiss and console each other, that's only just going to keep that wound open. It's not going to help you move forward. It's not going to help you heal. It's gonna evolve into something very wrong. I've been there before, where with ex girlfriends where we had to split. I mean, we had to part ways, but there were still strong feelings there. And every time we'd get together, we'd be intimate and we'd be close. And sure as fuck, every time, tears would fall. And after a while, I started thinking, why are we putting ourselves through this? And I had to just stop because it's emotionally draining. Because as much as I wanted to be with that person, as much as I still loved her, I knew we couldn't be together anymore. I knew that it was done. So I would encourage you not to put yourself through that. And I know that you're hurting, and it breaks my heart to see it on you. Um, but don't think for a second that there's not something better for you out there. Okay, this isn't it. Okay, I'm sure this guy rocks. I'm sure he rocks all day long. According to what you said, he's a great guy. But the path he's chosen in life is different from yours. And I think that if you were to sell out yourself and sell out your own journey to appease his, it's going to end bad later down the road. And you're going to find yourself in a situation that you never really wanted to be in the first place. And, if he was to burn you somewhere down the road after you gave up all that you wanted to do for him, then you're going to be carrying those bricks for a while too. There's been a lot of things that I've missed out on in life, basically because I wanted to appease the person I was with. Things that I passed up on, experiences that I didn't get to have because they blew it for me. And at the time, I thought, well, sacrifice is part of it and compromise is part of it. But all I compromised was myself. All I compromised was my own journey and my own hopes and my own dreams and my own goals for the sake of appeasing someone else. And then when they burn you and toss you aside down the road after they've played you out, then you got to chew on that. You think about all the things that you missed. So I think that the decision you made was the right one. And it was very, very wise of you to look at that. And it's not going to be easy, but the best healer for this is time. And I would encourage you to take your alone time and cry as much as you need to cleanse all that out of you. Just let it flow. That's some advice my pops gave me. My pops is the strongest man on this planet, the strongest man that I know. And when I went through my divorce, I was a wreck. That was the biggest breakup I've ever had. And that was the advice he gave me. And he didn't raise us to be soft as sponge cake either. Men don't cry. Men are badasses. That's how I was raised. Men they're tough and they're strong and they protect the weak, But I was going through a rough time, and that was the advice he gave me. And that's the advice I'm giving you now. Take your alone time. Let all that roll out of you. Just cry it out. Okay? Each day away from the situation will be another day closer to your healing. In 5 months, or some people might say that's not a lot of time, you'll get over it, they'll patronize you. I've had relationships that were 4 months that I felt for months after the fact. I was like, you can love somebody pretty hard within 5 months. I feel you. And it does break my heart to see you hurting. But that's my advice, is take the time. If you've got good close friends that are strong enough to let you lean on them, do that. But you can't lean on him. Okay? Find that person in your life, your family member. Don't lean on any guys. Don't let any guys try to be the shoulder to cry on. Someone that may try to take advantage of you in this time that you're hurting. So, you know, anyways, I'm sorry that you're going through this, and I know it hurts, but at the end of the day, I think you made the right decision. Thinking about your future and thinking about your path. So I would just encourage you once again to have your downtime and to put as much distance between you and him as possible. You don't have to be enemies, but right now is not the time to be friends, and you can't be the shoulder to cry on for each other. Otherwise, you're just going to perpetuate this, and you're never going to get over it. So, anyways, I hope that advice helped, and I hope it wasn't too redundant. I would ask you to keep in touch with me. Let me know how you're doing. I do care about you. I hope to see you back to 100% soon. And I wish you all the best. I'll talk to you later. Peace.